He, he knew that it was political instability that cost India. And so when he brought stable government in 2014 by appealing to the people, he addressed 780 rallies. When I met him after he became Prime Minister, he told me, Guru, one leg did not work. I had to stand on one leg to address 700 rallies. That is the effort he put in, got the mandate and transformed the country. And he was an untouchable to the world. Every country denied visa to him. He said, I will never apply for visa. They came and gave the visa. And today what is the position? A man who was declared as a mini Hitler, Italian Prime Minister calls him as the most loved leader. And Bill and
It
Biden...
is called melody.
Melody. So Biden says that I feel like taking your autograph. And Australian Prime Minister calls him a boss. You see the shift. The shift is because of India's rise as well as Modi's capability to transform India and himself and to convince the world who was seen as a mini Hitler, as a person who can emerge as a leader of that kind. You know what kind of capacity, tenacity and what kind of effort he must have put in. So he transformed himself and transformed India. Two decisions which he took. That India will produce a vaccine. Everybody laughed. We all laughed. We always see who produces the vaccine and who will export it to us, and we suffer all the diseases and then get the vaccine. But he said, I will produce the vaccine. And he produced not one but two. And he vaccinated 110 crore people. And in America, 1.2 million people died. And in America, the number of people affected, if it is translated in population ratio,
Death per 100 was much, much higher than India.
if the American casualty and American infection is translated in terms of population, India must have had infection of 45 crore people and death of 4.5 crore people. He saved us. Otherwise, we would never have got vaccine at all. No country could have produced the kind of vaccine we needed. Second is his decision on Ukraine. He didn't have 10 days to decide. He didn't have 10 hours to decide. He had maybe a couple of hours to decide.
Correct.
And he took a decision to remain neutral, which means supporting Russia, which is the biggest affront you could have caused to the United States. And what he did, he didn't mean it only as a political action. He knew that Ukraine war means oil will hit $200. He decided to buy oil from Russia in rupee terms. It not only brought down the very oil threat which could have damaged the global economy and the Indian economy and smashed Indian economy out of existence after the COVID. We got laddu in both hands. His stature increased. America indirectly threatened sanctions against India. We kept quiet. Now America needs India. We have friendship with America because, you know, the liberal democracies constitute only 13% of world's population. Without adding India's 18%, they are nothing. So they want India. That is why G7 nations are giving special place to Indian participation. So they need India. And Russia is a friend of India. So the foe of America is a friend of India. And America cannot give up India. Their statements against us has no meaning today. So what I am saying is India has emerged as a player, as the only player who can probably avoid a Cold War in future. So when you are electing a government this time, a leader this time, you are not electing a leader for India. You are electing a global leader on the Indian soil. This is a major